Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? And in the words of my homie, Mr. Alicio Wade, we live. Hey, man, we want to welcome y'all to our live on tonight, man. And we just want to thank you guys for spending time with us on tonight. And we're excited. We're excited to be sharing with you my brand new project that was just released last month, the Blueprint to Success Mixtape. And so we are very excited. And I want to introduce my brothers to you real quick. On the right is my brother from the same mother. Y'all know this cat. He be all over the place, Mr. International Artiste.
What's happening?
Yes, sir, Mr. Boy Wonda. Y'all give it up for my man, Boy Wonda.
What's happening, y'all? Great to be here. It's going to be dope tonight, man.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
with my brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to my left and you guys' right is our brother from another mother, Mr. Alxndr Hall. What it do, my bro?
What's going on?
Hey, yes, sir.
Yeah, how y'all doing, man? What's up?
Hey, man. Hey, we just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a little snippet on the back process behind the whole project. And actually, just to kind of get started, I'm reminded of, for those that may not know, we're all in ministry, and I was kind of thinking about some things today, and I was mulling over how those T.D. Jakes had a message a long time ago. He was talking about everybody should have 4 crazy friends in their life, and it was in reference to the 4 guys that took the sick man and pulled the roof off the house to get him down and lay him down at the feet of Jesus so that he can be healed. And so what you guys see today is a result of my connections. The backstory behind the project is this right here, and then I'm going to let Alxndr chime in, and then Boy Wanda as well. But God used Alxndr to birth everything that you see with the Blueprint to Success whole process ordeal. And that was, he was actually part of a nonprofit that his sister was in charge of, and they was doing a college tour fundraiser, and both of these guys right here were booked to do the entertainment portion, the music portion of the show. And so my brother over here, Alxndr, my brother from another mother, and we rolled pretty deep, and so he was like, "Hey man, do y'all have a motivational speaker on the ticket?" And she was like, "Well, no." And he was like, "Man, y'all need to get a motivational speaker on the ticket. And I got just the person."
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
and
that.
So, but they never really got back with him. So he told me, he said, "Mike, I'm still working on it, bro. I'm still working. I'm gonna get you on that ticket, man. I'm gonna get you on that ticket." So he was like, "Them 4 guys, we gonna get you in there. We gonna get you in there." And so he got me in there. And so he went back and did a little quick follow-up, and they still was like, "Oh, I don't. And so it was like, "No, you need to get him. Trust me, you need to get him." And long story short, lo and behold, I ended up being on the ticket, and we went over and pretty much did our thing, man. And while we was in the dressing room in the back, taking photos, talking, cutting it up, different things of that nature, and it's like a light bulb in my head went off, and I was like, "Guys, we need to take this on tour." And so we're gonna give you a little bit more information about that later, but we definitely gonna be taking this whole process and this project on tour. So that's kind of like the back story of this project. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my boy Alxndr chime in a little bit on that. It's like, why do you felt like it was so important to have me on the ticket with you guys as my brother?
Okay, so like, first and foremost, shouts out to Pastor Hope, Raise a Hope Foundation, my sister Petals. She reached out to me. She was like, "Yo, it's this foundation. They're having a banquet in Clearwater, and they're looking for some hip hop artists, and they don't just want any artists. They want people who they want Christian artists, because it's a foundation showing kids about college, about a new way, a new path, a new foundation and stuff like that." So she reached out to me. I said, "Of course I do." I reached out to Doug, and then once I got with Pastor Hope and my sister, and they were explaining to me the itinerary, what's going on. I was like, y'all need a speaker on here. There's no way you can be having the kids going to, because they were taking the kids on, and they still do it to this day. Raise a Hope Foundation, they still do it to this day. They take kids around FAMU, of course, USF. USF is local in Tampa.
Right.
I think they visit Southeastern University too. I think they visit Florida Southern, FSU in Tallahassee, Morehouse, Spelman. They go out and they really show the kids college life, student loans, how to apply for college, dorm life. You know, like what's the difference between being at home and being out on your own, getting a little taste of it. So they really try to help kids for the next level. And that's something that when I was coming up, we didn't have, but some pastors in the area, the Tampa Bay area, they got together and they're starting to do that, so that's very good. So I was like, there's no way you guys can have this going and you not have a speaker on the itinerary. There's no way.
Exactly.
It's only so much that me and Dub can do. Of course, we can speak, but you are specialized in, like, your communication is highly valid for what's needed right now. So I was just pressing the envelope, and I pressed the envelope. I didn't hear nothing back at first, nothing. So I kept going to my sister. My sister like, I'm gonna talk to him. So I started reaching out to him. And then I shot him your website. Every time I send somebody your website, it's like, yo, where's he at? So, and after that, it was a go, bro.
That's dope.
It was a go.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Yes, sir. Man, funny thing is, it's funny how God will place people in your path that can get you to your destiny and where you're trying to go. And funny thing is, we never met, but we were around the same people.
Yeah.
When I was at Real World Records.
Yeah.
And we never met.
Nope.
But we were affiliated with the same people.
Yep.
Wow.
Prop, Rio, Reno,
Yep.
and like all them guys. So it's crazy how we even got together and we just clicked.
Yep.
And so from there we just connected and we just started doing music. But more so we focused on the brotherhood because like when you have somebody who can be arms to arm with you, like you keep them because it's very few. So with the mixtape and the process of it, man, just the connection that we already had, so it was easy for us to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's hard to connect with a producer that know you, that understand your sound, that understand who you are as an individual, because it makes it that much more special. So when we was in the studio, we was cooking. Like, we was like, Doug, what you think of this 808? Like, okay. And it's like, and what I love about this duo here and trio is that we complement each other so much on the same path and go through the same thing each and every season.
Right.
So, but with the process of the studio, like, he's dope at 808s.
Right.
So I knew, like, bro, okay, you need to do the 808s. He'll be dope and already started off. He's like, Doug, what you think? So I come play around with the keys, get some melodies going. So it's like we knew each other's weaknesses and we knew each other's strong points.
Yeah.
And that's important and key. And like, we weren't trying to be like, yo, we're trying to outshine each other, but we were just growing each other.
Yeah.
In a producing type of way. Yeah. And
we not producers.
At all.
We just
No, bro. We are producers.
We are producers, but not like okay, like
I sound like Kanye over there now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I watched that
fire
documentary. I just watched that.
Yo, I heard about that joint. I heard about that joint, and I'm gonna watch that joint. Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
I've been hearing a lot of great reviews.
Because you know some hot producers.
Yeah.
I know, like, Dominant Certificate, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Diamond, you know what I'm saying? KB, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk, what up, bro?
Yeah, real talk, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They in the studio with the FL, Fruity Loops, they in there with the instrument too, shout out to him too. They in there with the Pro Tools, and they in there they trying to mix and swing. We got the program, he was like, we need something done. We're like, yo, let's see if we can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can do it. So what I did know, I'll call Diamond, he'll call Real Talk, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Yeah.
And then after church, we'll go in and just start working on it, you know what I'm saying? So that was...
Yeah. And the beautiful part, bro, like, just making it from scratch.
Yeah.
We use what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people want more. Like, let's get this plug in, this, that, and third, this sound, da da da. But it's like we use what we had and we
All
tweaked
stock
it.
sounds.
Yeah.
That's what we had. That's what we
Made
got.
it more special.
Yeah, that's the crazy part, man. Yeah, you know, and for everybody's out there they got a dream that they chasing. Start where you are. You know, start with what you got. Start with what you got, because at the end of the day, each step counts towards the big picture of the journey. You know what I'm saying? So when I came into the picture, when the idea dropped, they already had stuff that they was working on. These, you know, this music lingo that they talking, and me and my brother, we grew up on music. My dad was big in music. Our dad was big in music, so we wasn't no stranger to music. And I mean, he had a crazy record collection.
Crazy.
And so I came home from, I don't know where I came home from one night, and I just heard this music going. I'm like, so I go in the room, and it's him.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm making beats.
Tell me that cutting up.
We talking about
yeah. I'm like, where did you learn how to do? Like, when did you pick this? And I'm like, fire, you know. And then, you know, transition all these years later, and just looking at how God moved, you know, upon his life, and us all connecting together. And this is something I want y'all to understand, guys. This project, I've never worked on a music project. This was just God birth. Yo, all right? It was just God birth. When God gives you something, you can sit on it or you can birth it out. You can do one of the two. But if you keep sitting on it, it's only going to make you miserable. You know, God don't want you to abort your baby. He wants you to give birth to it. You know, at the end of the day, you got to release what's on the inside of you. And so when we were sitting in that venue, I mean, it was packed from front to back. It was a large venue. Kids everywhere, parents everywhere. Yeah. And very nice venue. I mean, it looked, man, you walked into that building, they had it set up like almost like the Emmy Awards, like real talk.
Yeah. It was nice.
And real nice. And we were just chopping it up, and I'm like, man, we got to do this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll do the speaking part, y'all do the music part. And that's what I love about this mixtape, actually, you know, because I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, motivation and inspiration type stuff. And a lot of the motivation, you know, we do our thing, but it's over beats and stuff like that.
Right.
And so it was like my light bulb went off again. It was like, man, do something different. Like, you do the motivational part, team up with your brother, let them do the music part, and let them come together and bring that music and motivation together. And it was like, ding, ding, let's go, let's get it.
Facts.
You know, and so at the end of the day, nobody touched the project. Nobody touched the project. I mean, y'all produced the beats and the lyrics. I did my own thing with the motivational. So the only person that touched the record was the engineer that mixed and mastered it. That's it. So this was produced by in-house. So, you know, everybody that, you know, looking to be out here and looking for the big thing or getting connected to it's not all about that. It's just getting what you have out released. You know, at the end of the day, my first book was on faith and finance, because, you know, I had a whole bunch of years in the finance industry, and turned it into ministry. God sent me into ministry, and when he combined both, that's when I realized the process of writing a book in the worst situation of my life. You know what I'm saying? I was in a bad situation during that time, and God said, write a book, and a book on faith and finance at that, you know. And so it was through that process that this other process with the Blueprint to Success was made even easier, to write this book along with the mixtape.
Right.
Because I didn't wait for, I don't know nobody. I started shopping. I started looking. I have a quote, you can't find what you're not looking for.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big facts.
A lot of times we have hard times, we hit hardships, and then we downplay. We like, man, it ain't gonna happen. Then we stop looking for that vision. We stop looking for that dream. We stop looking for that goal. But at the end of the day, if I stop looking, I can't never find what I'm not looking for.
Bro, it's funny you say that. I was in the lab last night with Diamond, right? Lavender is on the way, for real. All right, so I'm in there with Diamond last night, right? So me and her was talking. And we were, because Pastor Tim Sunday was talking about the Apostle Paul, right? So, and he was talking about staying the course and stuff like that. So I was like, bruh, it's sometimes it be like, man, that's as humans, bro. As humans, sometimes if we be like, God, when you start, you amped up. Yeah, let's run it, let's go. When you get to going and it's not unfolding
Right.
at the time frame,
Right.
when you didn't see all the stuff, when you start
Right.
to pull them layers back and you see all them wrinkles and that dust, you like, Lord.
Right.
Like something else gotta this ain't happening, what's up? But no, staying the course is what you was talking about. Yeah, that's
Exactly. And the crazy thing, and we're gonna get ready to play the first track. The crazy thing about it is, with our group, there were plenty of times where we was all going through the same thing in different facets of our life.
Months in between real life stuff.
Yeah,
Like
real
life,
life stuff.
yeah, make you question a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we test of faith.
Yeah, and we had to keep it moving. You know, we had to keep it moving. So at the end of the day, no matter what you do, no matter what you go through, it's gonna cost you blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have faith at the end of the day. And so that's what we did. We just continued to work. We just continued to lift each other up during those times. And so that's what we continue to do as a brotherhood here. And so we just encourage you guys to just stay up on the up and up, man, and just continue to chase those dreams that God has put on the inside of you. And so we're excited to let you hear a little bit of the mixtape. It's 14 tracks. It's a total of 14 tracks. It's a mixture of music as well as motivation. And so we're going to give you guys some samples tonight of some of the tracks. So we're going to let the tracks play out for you. We're not going to play all of them, but we got a few that we put down that we're going to actually play during this episode to get you guys familiar with the project. I'm telling you, it's fire. It's fire project, man. These guys, they do some wonderful work. They do some wonderful things, man, with that music stuff. And so we're going to talk about some of the things that they got coming up as well before we end the broadcast. And so that way you can definitely follow them and support their projects and things that they have going on as well. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this first track. This first track that we're going to play is actually one of the music tracks that they produced, and it's actually called The Blueprint to Success. It's the Blueprint intro. So we're going to get ready to go ahead and play that so you guys can take a listen to that, and we're going to be right back.
Welcome! Music and motivation, baby! This is the Blueprint to Success Mixtape! Lego!
Trying to leave a legacy, I've been getting to it. Praying for some more. In case you didn't know, I got the blueprint. Blueprint, yo. Get up on my way, let me show you how to do it. Legacy, that's when I'm leaving, I'm leaving. Feet in my fist when I'm stomping my fist. High on the ground when I'm shifting my gears. Surrounded by only the real that will. Giving the spill, the blueprint to live. Mamas are crying, the babies are dying. Their hands are reaching, they want our help. We're looking them crazy, then give it a nine. Get out the way and then move to the side. Kick up the pride and override. They wonder why they used to only decline. Start turning your heads and open your eyes. Dive in the culture, disrupt the vultures. Just picking their minds. I got protection, I'm fine. The blueprint is stuck on my mind. This is a war cry. We coming to bust a mind. All of our people on lockdown. Feeling the weight of the pressure, feeling trapped. Prisoners of their own minds. We go live, it's go time. He gon' shine. That bread of life, we give it to him every time we catch him on side. Trying to leave a legacy, I've been getting to it. Praying for some more. In case you didn't know, I got the blueprint. Blueprint, yo. Get up on my way, let me show you how to do it. Weight up on my shoulders, yeah, it's getting heavy. I've been grinding since a youngin' age, you can tell me. I got the blueprint, yeah. Ain't no time to slow down, I ain't come to play around.
I be the one with the canvas, no frame, let the paint drip. I'm sold out, need a pink slip. You back and forth like a stick shift. Gassed up in the left lane, no tanks for the whip lit. Hot beams for the road trip. Low speed in the school zone. I thank God for this turn up. Pay attention, you can learn something. The devil trying to take my joy from me. I just like and keep the praise going. In the jungle by myself, God's presence never left. Don't follow the trends. I've been trying to find a way. Ink stains on the page. Look at the days fly by first class, my champagne glass. Boy, that's red wine when I break bread. My foundation got street cred. I'm all in on my vision. But let me finish my sentence. We so winning, not car dealer, not Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen, boy.
Tryna leave a legacy, I've been getting to it. Praying for some more. In case you didn't know, I got the blueprint. Blueprint, blueprint, yo. Get up on my way, let me show you how to do it. Weight up on my shoulders, yeah, it's getting heavy. I've been grinding since a youngin', and you can tell me I got the blueprint. Blueprint, blueprint, yeah. Ain't no time to slow down. I ain't come to play around.
We not playing around. That's what we not doing.
Tryna leave a legacy, I've been getting to it.
Building a legacy. That's why we here.
I'm praying for some more. In case you didn't know, I got the blueprint.
We praying and we grinding.
I've been grinding since a youngin', nothing you can tell me. Blueprint.
This is the blueprint to success.
Ain't no time to
Mixtape.
slow down. I ain't come to play
Lego.
around.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
But I tell you, boy, that's track that when you want to run through a brick wall, man.
Yes. Shout out to my dog, Young Prince, who we call Q-Watch too, man. He killed the hook, bro.
Yeah.
He slayed it. I
Yeah,
knew
he
he
did
would.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. I remember you sent that back. I was like, yo, who is that? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, yo,
That's
he had
the
that.
homie.
Yeah.
Yo, who mixed that
Yeah.
joint? Who mixed that joint?
what?
Who mixed that joint?
Well,
That was the cat we
had
did
two
from,
different ones.
Yeah.
We had one dude from Paris.
From Paris.
Um,
Yeah.
That's the Paris. That's the Paris.
Yeah.
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 Shouts
Trap
out to
Paris.
him, man. He did his thing
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Corin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah. Current. And then two.
Instrument
Two did a couple of them.
Shouts
Two
out
the
to
beats
Two.
too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Two of the Beats, yeah.
Shout out to Two, man. Thank
Two
you,
on the
bro.
boards.com. We need your stuff mixed,
Yeah.
man. Instrument Two, man.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
Known him for years and years and years, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both were quick too, man.
Yeah.
Both
Quick
did
turnaround.
did a good job and quick turnaround. So they weren't playing with it. They was not playing with it. So once again, guys, the blueprint, man. It basically the whole project, man. It's about not reinventing the wheel. A lot. We all want to be successful, right? We all want to be successful in our own right, whatever it is that we want to do in life. We all want to be successful in doing it. But one of the things that I see in this generation that's coming behind us is a lot of times they don't want to listen to nobody. They want to do their own thing. And so this kind of combats that, saying you need a mentor in your life because they already got the blueprint of what you need. And so that's what this whole project is about, is finding somebody that you can get connected to that can actually help shorten the learning curve to help you actually accelerate your purpose a little bit faster.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
so you don't have to bump your head as many times. Because you still going to bump your head even with a mentor. But at the end of the day, you want to limit those knocks on the head. You know.
Real.
So at the end of the day, that track right there, blueprint, man, that's what it's talking about. I got the blueprint. Get up out my way, let me show you how to do it. You know, these guys did those lyrics, man. They crazy with that pen, man. They crazy with that pen. And so that's what that track is really pretty much saying. Let me show you how to do it because I got the blueprint. I done went through what you've been through, and I know what you're gonna come against. So let me go ahead and show you how you don't have to go through that, so you can get to your destination a whole lot quicker. Right. Yeah, that part. So that was real good. That was dope.
On my way over here, I was thinking about like how a foreman is within construction, and they got the blueprint, and they know what to tell you. Hey, I need you to do over here because you good at this right here. Like a foreman, they know what's the strength of the team. They know what's the weakness of the team. So when it comes to an individual, we're mirrors to each other. We know each other's blind spots. So we know, well, look, I need help in this area, bro. Like, what's your advice? Because we talk all the time. Right. And me and you as well, man. And God gave me that, like, just on the way here, just think about it. Wow. We're kind of like formers to other people's blueprint because the blueprint is always the same, the map out of life. Right. And I remember there's a saying that you did in one of your motivational. It's just like, it's good to know the playbook, but you got to know the playbook of life.
Right.
Bro, when you said that, bro, that just hit hard. I had to use that on Bust a Move record. It was just hard, man, because I just love this organic chemistry, man.
Yeah.
This organic chemistry is just like, I feel like it's unmatched.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. I remember that I was speaking to the guys on the football team, and I do a lot of mentoring. And I do a lot of speaking in the student arena as well as the adult arena. And it's one thing to know the playbook, but it's another thing to know the playbook of life. Because a lot of time we just go through life just all willy-nilly with no plan, no play.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're going to go through stuff. Once again, you're going to go through stuff. But just because the defense got a scheme, am I not going to scheme myself on offense? I can't. How am I going to win a game if I'm focused only on, they say a defense wins a game, but yeah, the offense don't put on no points. Nobody win.
The defense is just stressed.
You know what I'm saying? If the offense still got to score. Yeah, I'm believing that. Defense, defense wins a game, but at the end of the day, offense still got to score.
Facts.
Unless you get a pick six or you run the fumble back, then okay. But still, you went from defense to offense because now you got the ball in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. What's gonna happen? With life, then that's what I was telling the kids, man. Y'all, it's good to know that playbook, but can you equate that to your life?
Yep.
There's a reason why coach calls an audible. He saw something in the defense that's gonna disrupt that play.
Yep.
So can you notice the defense that's coming at you or the obstacle that's coming at you that's going to disrupt what you're trying to do, and can you call an audible based on the playbook of your life and where God is taking you and be able to still run that play successfully?
Look, so I'm reading right now. I'm reading 2 books, right? So I'm reading The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. Yeah. I advise every male in America, in the world, to read this book. And female too is powerful. And also I'm reading I'm rereading it actually, The Purpose Driven Life by Pastor Rick Warren. So I forgot what chapter I'm on, but he's talking about growing through temptation, right? And he's basically talking to us about knowing how to, like, being tempted is not a sin, right? You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus was tempted, but it's how you react to the temptation.
Right.
So, but at a point in time, we have to be able to know what Satan uses against us. Basically being aware, like, okay, like Tom Brady do, he like, okay, something over there, Yamaha, what Yamaha, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be like being able to point out, like, oh, so Satan tried to use this against me. Now I see, so now I'm recognizing your plays. I see what you're trying to do. Now I can call audible myself. I ain't gotta wait until somebody else tell me. You know what I'm saying? Just being aware of the situation. So that's what I'm putting.
That's another thing too. Not waiting till somebody else tell you to do it. Like have the drive and the hunger on your own, because ain't nobody gonna hand you nothing. Nope. You gotta work for it.
Right. That's right, man.
It's self discipline. Right. That first word is self. It's me. Right. It's not my daddy discipline. No, it's self discipline. Right. Whatever you gonna do is self. You have to discipline at some point in time. Yeah. You gotta prune yourself. Like, bro, I don't need to be doing that. I don't need to be going that. You know what I'm saying? Top of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm being for real.
That's why we be grinding way too much.
Look, I see how it works. We just finna go into that track right now.
Way too much.
That's funny how you did that.
Way too much.
Yeah, man. We got another banger coming for you guys, man. I say we want to kind of give you a sample of the tracks, what we got going on. So the first couple of tracks is going to be the music tracks, and then in a couple more minutes later, we're going to get into some of the motivational tracks. And but we're going to get ready to play Way Too Much by Boy Wonda and Alxndr.
What they doing? Way too much. Lately I've been grinding way too much. What they doing?
What they doing?
Way too much.
Way too much.
Lately I've been grinding way too much.
Way too much.
You been sleeping on me way too much.
Way too much.
I let the work speak, I don't say too much.
So saucy, the sauce you see is dripping, cuz Hustlenomics 101, I'm in the clutch. If you think it's all about you out of touch, they don't like the favor on my life because it's way too much. It's more like the place it on the ground, putting on the front, trying to help you be a pro with a tool and get your levels up. Get a certified paid the hand, I was dealing return. Got a royal flush, shining bright like a diamond. Causing cash like a ride. Know your lies, we ain't buying. They hate to see that we made it. Try to keep us like the cages. Underground like a basement. Catalog, we the placement. Don't turn around basic. Leaders of the new age. Cold like court cases. Never looked at underrated. Work ain't so crazy. Not an ounce of lazy. Straight out of Grind Nation.
What they doing?
What they doing?
Way too much.
Way too much.
Lately I've been grinding. Way too much.
Way too much.
You been sleeping on it. Way too much.
Way too much.
I let the world speak. I don't say too much. Favor. Way too much.
Way too much.
I see shouting, look. Way too much.
Way too much.
I studied the game. Whoa. Way too much.
Way too much.
Favor. Way too much. Yeah. I said you talking way too much. Whoa. Lately I've been grinding way too much. Way too much. Been committed for so long. I must be paralyzed cause I feel we out of touch. Looked around the table, I ain't seen no one but us. Truth be told, I ain't never had beginner's love. Nah. I'm just trying to double up. I got the holy water splashing at the double cup. You can get a taste, take notes while I'm pouring up. 50K I ring, give the drawer some, that's enough. Stay switching that game up. Stay down till we came up. Now they bringing my name up. Too much. What they doing?
What they doing?
Way too much.
Way too much.
Lately I've been grinding. Way too much.
Way too much.
You been sleeping on me. Way too much.
Way too much.
I let the world speak. I don't say too much. Favor. Way too much.
Way too much.
I see shouting, look. Way too much.
Way too much.
I studied the game. Whoa. Way too much.
Way too much.
Favor. Way too much. What they doing? Way too much. Lately I've been grinding. Way too much. You been sleeping on me. Way too much. I let the world speak. I don't say too much. Favor. Way too much. I see shouting, look. Way too much. I studied the game. Whoa. Way too much. Favor. Way too much.
You know what you do too much? You started the game, whoa. Way too much.
Man, that track slide, man. It got a nice vibe to it, man.
Bro,
Do y'all remember what space y'all was in when y'all did that track? When y'all worked on the music on it?
But that one right there?
Yeah.
We was in, okay, so true story.
Facts.
True story. I was married at the time. I'm not married anymore. Marriage is awesome, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the world say. Marriage is a God ordained thing, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Facts.
But so Dub came to the crib after work. It was me and Dub in the room I was sleeping in my dad's house. Little computer screen, the computer thing on the floor.
Facts.
I got the
MIDI on the bed.
The MIDI on the bed. I got the mouse and stuff on the dirty clothes. I'm just, you know, for real. We didn't know.
You get it out the mud for real.
Yeah, for real. I had one monitor speak over here, sitting on the book, one on the corner, bro. It was just like I had to get it in. Though.
Yeah.
I had to get it in, so I was working on it. Then he came over. He said, "Man, this jamming." He just kept saying, I said, bro, is this too much? He was like, way too much. It's way too much. Okay, so when he
And
said,
that's how we came up with a lot of our records,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Just playing off of each other and just understanding each other's sound and how we operate and work. So with the way too much, we would get like our phones, we record just sounds. Like we wouldn't have nothing fully pieced together. We'd be like, way too much.
Yep.
We still got a lot of stuff we ain't even worked on yet, still that we have in the phone. So we got it out of the mud, man. Using what God gave you, bro. And that's the key, man. Use what you got, and then because you'll be more disciplined in the new things, because you go after so much and you don't do with it. You just look at it as just collecting dust.
Right.
Way too much.
way too much.
So
Man. I mean that track slide, man. It's like I was trying to pick favorite tracks. Like what's my favorite track? It's like I can't really say that's my. It's like every time I listen to it, it's like, man, that slide. Go to the next track, man, that slide.
Yeah.
Go to the next track, man, this is that slide.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but that was one of the ones that I kind of like repeated over and over a little bit, though I can't say.
So that's your favorite one, or way too much? It's in the top
It's,
3?
yeah, it's in the top.
Yeah, okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
it's in the top, man. Y'all did y'all thing on it. And then what I like too is guys like you can't put yourself in a box because I'm not a producer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like because this was what I was supposed to do, I couldn't limit myself to what I'm used to doing.
Facts.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when I came over to the house and y'all was doing y'all thing, and then I'm starting to get downloads in your space. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, that's y'all space. It wasn't my space. Give me a mic, let me go. You know, let me talk. Y'all was the music guy, but it's like, cause I remember when it was I forgot which track it was, and then you was having he was like, man, that ain't sound right. You was trying to be right. I said, well, and then he was on the computer, you was actually in the booth doing your thing, and it was like, nah, that ain't right. Let me redo that. Then, so you sat on the bed, and then he was on the computer, and then I sat on the bed, and I just started. I was like, well, hey, what you think about this? And then I said something. He was like, and it was a couple songs where I inputted as a producer.
Yeah.
And y'all was like, let's try it, and it worked out. So it's like our gifts sharpen each other. And even when I didn't know I had a gift in that arena, but because I was in an atmosphere that was conducive for productivity,
Facts.
it allowed something to come out of me that I didn't realize it was there because it was purpose, because this project had to come out.
Can I be honest with you?
Yes, sir.
You are like one of the most important parts of the puzzle.
Yeah, because it's your vision, bro.
Right.
Vision number uno.
Yeah.
But number 2, you also a consumer. It's like an inside.
Yeah.
So you know what you know quality music.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Facts.
and you're not biased. Like you be like, nah, bro, I don't think that's like
Right.
you be honest with us. Like,
Right.
is this sliding? Nah, we ain't feeling it.
You might want to go back to the drawing board on that one now.
Listen, we had to build up and break down so much just
Yeah.
to get it and realize that we're instrumentations too, and you are too. So that was one of the key factors. Like you was a consumer of music. So we got a chance to have a review and what sound good, what you think go like, because at the end of the day, like you say, iron sharpen iron.
Yeah.
We all growing.
You know what? Because since we're talking about basically our favorite points and our favorite tracks of the project, I think that just my contribution, because it's your idea, God gave you the idea to execute it, and He said, okay, I want you to use my 2 cents, you know. So I just felt like it was my turn to kind of like be in the servant seat or the producer seat. I got close friends and producers and engineers who work with me behind the scenes on stuff, off record on stuff, off strength on stuff, and that's how a lot of relationships get built. You know what I'm saying?
Keyword.
So when you see people in the industry, it could be Christian, it could be country, it could be secular, whatever the case may be. Sometimes there's no currency exchange. A lot of that stuff is off the muscle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they came from a place together. Right. So when now I was like, as many times as a producer done looked out for me in certain areas, sleeping on their couch, bro, here you go, $10 for gas, or bro, I'm gonna mix this record, don't worry about it. I'm gonna produce the whole thing, just holler at me later on about it. Bro, if you say, bro, you need me to do something for you, yeah, I'm gonna do it for you, because people done did it for me, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my favorite portion of, you see what I'm saying? So that was like, I enjoy, I love every track on it, but just being in that seat, you know what I'm saying? That's just my favorite part of it, you know what I'm saying? If you want to do another one, I'll do another one. Whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying?
Man, so, you said a mouthful, man.
For real.
Like, I can really, like, dive in on what you just said, but I want to keep this thing to a minimum.
For sure, yeah.
So we're going to have to save that content for another one.
For the what?
Oh, man, when you said no exchange of currency, man, that's because this world don't understand, you know, especially this young generation. If money ain't involved, they ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Nope.
And you missing out on You know what I'm saying? You
Drive.
missing out on so much.
Bro, you gotta say that for the PODCAS.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So what we're gonna go ahead and get into. It's coming. We're gonna go ahead and get into a couple more tracks, man. We actually gonna go slide to the motivational part.
Yeah, we turn it to you now, son.
Turn it up a little bit on the motivational part. Let y'all hear a couple of the tracks. And so this first one we're gonna go ahead and play is actually called "Level Up." So hope you're ready. Buckle your seatbelt. Level up.
I need you to level up. Yep, that's right. If you plan on going to the next level, I need you to level up. I need you to endure the process and not skip the process. I remember back in the day when we used to play Nintendo, we used to play Super Mario Brothers. And within the game Super Mario Brothers, you can get to a certain place in the stage and you can actually skip certain levels. And we would actually get the cheat code and we found out how you can skip certain levels. But what we begin to find out is by skipping the level, we actually miss some stuff from the levels that we skipped that was able to help us in the next level that we skip to. What am I saying? I don't need you to abort the process. Abort, abort, abort. No, we're not gonna abort the process. We're gonna keep going. So guess what? I need you to level up. I need you to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. I need you to work hard. I need you to get up early and stay up late. I need you to do whatever it takes. I need you to do the things that other people refuse to do. This is what it's going to require you to do to level up. So I need you to get up, get out, and go get something and go to your next level. Level up.
Level up.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Man, level up. When Corinne mixed that, and he sent it back to me, and he was like, man, because we was talking back and forth, and he's like, man, I am really glad to be working on this project. He was like, man, he's like, man, I'm pumped. And like I'm reading, I'm reading his emails and stuff. He's like, man, I'm amped, I'm pumped, man. This is like dope. He said this is really dope project, man. And everybody, and shout out to everybody that supported the project, man. It's on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
It's on all streaming platforms. So make sure you go get that. Listen to it while you're working out, while you're getting up in the morning. It's basically a story from trial to triumph. Everything from success to failures to setbacks to it's a track called "Thriving Through Your Storms." It's just so much going on with this mixtape, and so there's some stuff on there you can work out too. Definitely something that you can put in your ears on your way to work, on your way from home, on your way from work going home. So it's definitely some bangers on there, man. And you don't have to be a fan of hip hop. That's what I love about it. Yeah. Because I know people that don't like rap music, but they like y'all stuff. Mm-hmm. Right. I've had conversations with people personally, and so whether you're a hip hop fan or not, I guarantee you it's gonna be some stuff on there that'll get you moving, that'll keep you encouraged, empowered to go through whatever it is you're going through. It's a true story from trial to triumph. All the way through from the first track to the 14th track.
Bro, like 3 years of trial.
Man, I'm telling you.
And finally getting the triumph in this season. Like, bro, like just the things that we went through, like behind the scenes, the battles we had, like it was just so much, and it's like that makes me appreciate this project even more because of each record is very personal.
Very.
Very personal.
Very, very, very. Fuel for the fire. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
Put some more gas on it. Whoosh. Flames. Drop flames on them one time.
We're going to get ready, man. We're going to go ahead and play this next one, man. This next one is called Cheat Code, man. This one hit a little bit different. We got a couple tracks on there, especially on the motivational side, where I kind of take a trip back down memory lane. you know, what we grew up on. And so when you get ready to listen to Cheat Code, let me give you the backstory real quick for some of you younger cats. And basically, you know, we grew up on the original Nintendo. You know, Super Mario Brothers, Contra.
Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. The list goes on. And so with Cheat Code, it's talking about getting that cheat code, because we had actually got the cheat code to the game Super Mario Brothers, and we also got the cheat code to the game Contra.
Facts.
So I don't know if you remember the game Contra on regular Nintendo.
We used to play that all the time.
The two cats with the machine guns,
blue and red,
and you get the different things, and we found a cheat code to Contra that allowed us to get 30 lives. So when you originally was supposed to get 3.
You got to work your way up.
And so we found a cheat code to get those 30 lives. And while we found that cheat code to get those 30 lives, we actually figured out how to beat the game because we stayed alive longer.
Facts.
And then on the other hand, with Super Mario Brothers, it's a certain place and a certain level where you go to, there's a tunnel. And in that tunnel, there's the thing. You remember the things that you had to go down in the tunnel?
Yeah.
And so in this area, it was another space that took you to these other levels that allowed you to skip. So if you was on level 4, say example, it would have tunnel 6, 7, 8. And so you can pick which one you want to go down.
Ocho.
So we found that cheat code, and so we would do that, and then we was able to beat the game. And then, but what I did was, once I beat the game, I went back to go through all the levels just to do it. And what I found out is the levels that we skipped, it was some stuff that was there that would have helped me out on the other levels if I would have never skipped the process.
Yep.
And so cheat code, you know, that kind of go 2 different ways, and it's another track that we got that kind of explains that a little bit as well. But I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. So, but we're gonna go ahead for the sake of time. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to play this next one. But I wanted to give you a back lead into that one. So here it is, Cheat Code.
Down, down, left, right, B-A start. That's the cheat code, baby! What am I talking about? My Generation X and my Generation Y, the true players of the original Nintendo. I'm talking old school. I'm talking about back in the day when we would hang out after school or after the football game or after football practice and basketball practice, and we would play this game called Contra, right? Now, originally in this game, you would only get 3 lives, and when you would lose those 3 lives, you would actually die, and you would have to start all over again. But me and some of my friends, we found out about this cheat code, right? This cheat code that gives you the availability to get an additional 30 lives. And with those additional 30 lives, we learned how to beat the game. Listen, I'm here to tell you in life, there is no cheat code, only hard work. There is no shortcut to success. There's only 2 ways that you learn how to be successful in life, and that's through mistakes and mentors. You can take the hard, long road and try to figure it out on your own, or you can connect yourself with a mentor that can guide you and show you how to avoid the pitfalls of life and get to your destination faster. Listen, I need you to tell yourself that I am the cheat code. Just when you thought you figured me out, I worked harder, I got bigger, I got stronger, I got faster, I got wiser, and you can't cheat the grind. Ain't no shortcut.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no shortcut. Ain't none.
Ain't no shortcut. Yeah, when he mixed that one, he sent me another email back on that one too. He was like, man. Man, and actually I got a screenshot from a buddy of mine. And that's actually the track he was listening to when he screenshotted and sent it to me.
Yep.
It was Cheat Code. And
Ain't no
he
cheat
was like,
code,
man, I'm
like
loving this, man. He said, man, you got some nice stuff on this. And I was like, yeah. I was like, man, I was trying to tell y'all, man. I said, man, I don't run with no slouches, man. Like, these guys do their thing. Like, real talk. So
appreciate you, bro. You do too.
Yeah, you know, and we're
hand in hand.
Yeah, hand in hand. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? So we listen to each other's opinions and we listen to each other's setbacks and stuff like that, and we try to help each other out. That's just how it is,
Yep.
So, man, I'm excited, man. Man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into this next track. This next track is called Energizer Bunny, and I gotta tell a real quick funny story before we hit the track. Now, life happens to all of us, right? So, all right, my car went down, so I had to get my car repaired. So in order for me to do that, so we had to, go down to one car with my wife's car. So, drop her off to work and everything, go do my thing. I go pick her up. So I don't think I told you this. I told him.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting for her to get out, and I'm listening to the mixtape. And I promise you, I bust out laughing so hard, man. As soon as Energizer Bunny came on, I promise you, a rabbit jumped out of the bushes.
That's crazy.
I text him immediately.
Expeditious.
I said, man, you ain't gonna believe this. I kid you not. As soon as Energizer Bunny came on, a rabbit jumped from behind the bushes.
That's crazy.
That's
all
crazy,
she
man.
wrote.
No, that's confirmation. That's what that is.
You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Yeah, man. So, all right, man. So here it is. This is another last motivational piece that we're gonna play for tonight. So it's called Energizer Bunny. Enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Yep, you guessed it. Yep, I'm talking about the commercial, the Energizer Bunny. And just like the Energizer Bunny, I need you to keep going. Even if you feel like you don't got nothing left in the tank, I need you to keep going. Cause they like in the commercial, when that bunny begins to go and it begins to stumble into a wall, guess what happens? It turns around and it keep going. Yep, you remember that little bunny strolling through the kitchen, and then the cat comes out of nowhere and then it bumps into the cat. But again, guess what happens? It turns around and go the opposite direction, and then guess what happens? It keeps going. So just like the Energizer Bunny, I need you to keep going. You may be facing something stronger than you. You may be facing something that's bigger than you. But at the end of the day, I need you to keep going. Yep, it may be stronger than you. Yep, it may be bigger than you. But listen, some things you just gotta outlast. Yeah, you can't climb that mountain. I know it's a little bit too high, but this is what I need you to do. I need you to outlast it. I can remember back in the day when I was in school and me and the fellas be in class talking about the Mike Tyson fight. Yeah, I'm talking about Iron Mike. Back in the day, Iron Mike was the man to beat, and we would talk about ordering the fight on pay-per-view. And so we would put our money together, and then somebody would order the pay-per-view, and we would hand the money over to them, and we would meet at the house, and we would begin to watch the fight. And man, we would have this spread of food and kind of hang out, and then the fight would begin. And then this is what would happen, guys. I would run into the kitchen and begin to fix my plate, and before I can get back to the couch to watch the fight is over. Why? Because Mike Tyson had already knocked his opponent out. But let me tell you something about this guy named Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas came out of the woodworks and he worked his way up the ranks, and he got an opportunity to fight this guy that's named Mike Tyson, that's knocking guys out in the first 3 rounds. And guess what? The backstory behind his victory is this. But his mama is going around telling everybody that her son is going to beat Mike Tyson. Well, we don't know the end of the story. He actually beat Mike Tyson. But what happened is a couple of days before the fight, his mom had died. So guess what? He had a deeper why to keep fighting. And you know why the reason he beat Mike Tyson? The reason he beat Mike Tyson is just like I said earlier, that there are some things that you just gotta outlast. Well, guess what? He outlasted Iron Mike. He outlasted the first round. He outlasted the second round. He outlasted the third round. And even though Mike Tyson knocked him out, that even in the history of boxing, nobody ever got up at that point from a Mike Tyson punch. But Buster Douglas' why was deeper than himself. He got up from that punch and he began to outlast Iron Mike. So I need you to find your why and be like the Energizer Bunny and keep going.
Man, that joint fire.
Keep going.
Yeah, man, I'm loving it.
Yes,
loving
sir.
it. I'm telling you, man, you can just put it in and just hit the play button and just let it ride. It's one of them tracks, man. It's just one of them joints. You can just put it in and just let it ride. Now, you may, want to listen to something in particular because of maybe what you're going through at the end to get that moment. But it's just literally, it's a project that you can just slip that joint in this, hey, I still got a CD player. So, so you can jump in CD player or in your ears, man, from the download and just let it ride.
Exactly.
Just let it ride. And hey, man, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us on tonight, man.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get ready to get up out of your way, man. But we want to share a few things real quick before we play this last track as we get ready to exit out. This last track that we're gonna get ready to play is going back to the music track. It's actually called Bounce Back. So the story behind this is kind of crazy. We was actually pretty much, I think at that time we was thinking we was done with the project. And so we had 13 tracks at the time. And so I think you was playing with a beat or something. And we was just joking around. It was just me and him that night, and we were just joking around or something like that. And I don't know if it was me, if I said bounce back or something.
It was you. It was all you.
And I
On this
was
one.
like,
Bounce back.
yeah, that's what, yeah. We was playing around with it. It was like, we was just playing around with it. And so I went home that night. I never told you the story, did I?
No, I think that night y'all had called me.
That's what happened.
And you was like, bounce back. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my voice on the hook. That's the hook, right? Okay. See, I'm still learning. Yeah, and it crazy. I was sitting there and I was laying on the couch, man, just chilling, watching TV, and it just kept ringing in my spirit, and it wouldn't leave me. So it was like I hadn't already got home. I think I called him.
Yep.
And I said, hey, man, I think we need to do something with that track because it just won't leave me. He said, well, it's there for a reason. Let's do it.
Facts.
And then we got in the studio, and we started putting everything together. And then this one, he's like, man, hey, can you do it like this? I'm like, see, you got to learn how to work with each other, man.
Exactly.
You can't be, oh, man, I know what I'm doing. It was like, okay, I tried. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's like, make your voice like this. Make it sound like, can you make it like, then he would do his voice. I was like, hey, I give it a shot. And it just so happened my voice was kind of raspy that day for whatever reason.
And it was perfect for what we needed.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly. He was like, dang. Yeah. He like, man, that was perfect, man.
Yeah, perfect.
And so that's how Bounce Back came back, man. It wasn't originally on there, but it was just like we were just playing around with some stuff, man, and it wouldn't leave my spirit. So Bounce Back, and I'm gonna give these guys a real quick synopsis and let them give you their viewpoint on what it means to bounce back. But so basically, when you go from the first track, it's taking you through a roller coaster of emotions, of motivation, empowerment, hit those dark spaces and being able to come out and not stay in there. There's nothing wrong with being in those places because we've all been in those places, but the wrong thing to do is stay there. And so the reason we put Bounce Back on the last track, because it's actually kind of prophetic a little bit, because it's saying that you've already bounced back.
Exactly.
The hook goes a little bit like feeling like that you came in last, realize that it's in your past, bounce back. So it's like you done already came up. So we done went through the process of thriving through the storm, which is one of the names of the track. Things of that nature. And so now the bounce back is real. And so now it's time for you to enjoy the bounce back. And so real quick as we get ready to close out tonight before we actually get ready to play the track. And it's a party track, y'all. I'm telling you, man, the beat fire. It's like it's gonna make you get up. It's gonna make you dance. It's gonna make you do what it do. So but just real quick, man, just tell them in y'all own words what y'all think, what it is to bounce back.
Not to give up, man. It's a reset. Bouncing back from adversity, like we was talking about before, man. Yeah. Adversity teaches you things that everything's always good doesn't. Yeah. Adversity teaches you different things, like how it teaches you how to audible when hardship come knocking at your door, because life gonna happen. Yeah, life is gonna knock you on your behind, and
it's gonna hit you with a brick,
bro. And And just to see how, like, I got front row seat of everything you've been through. Like, everything. From beginning, middle, end, in between, all of that. And seeing you constantly bounce back. Like, you keep going.
Yeah, like the Energizer Bunny.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, and bouncing back one thing I love about bounce back is a representation of it's not over.
Yeah,
It's not the final stamp.
like
It's not the final say so.
Yeah, that's fire. I
Like and it's consistent and going. Like bounce back.
Yeah.
If you're down, bounce back.
Yeah.
It's a quick reminder of like, man, come on, dust off, let's
Right.
go. So that's in a nutshell. That's what bounce back means to me. It's a reset button to be able to still continue what you desire to do.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Well, to me, man, I should be the bounce back king, but but to me, bounce back to me is current.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's an action word.
Yeah.
It's a verb. You know what I'm saying? Like bounce back is in the motion of what you're doing right now. Like you said, you know, after the come up, some people are not on the after side yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you in motion, you will get to the after side. You know what I'm saying? Like plenty of times, I'm going through situations for months, you know, premarital stuff, and father stuff, you know,
Right.
and music stuff. I haven't dropped anything in like 6 years. You know what I'm saying? 5 or 6 years. So stuff is on the way now.
Right.
But both you and Pop, my son, you know what I'm saying? Rain Shine, he be like, Daddy, you need to do this, you need to do that. And when your big homie tell you something, right, and then you tell me something, and then your 13-year-old tell you the same thing that these grown men that said verbatim.
It hit
Word for word, it hit different.
It hit different. So like just going through stuff and actually getting in motion, like don't look at what everybody else is doing. Don't look at what they have. Excuse me, just put your feet in motion so you begin to check the ball. You begin to make plays. You begin to move your chess pieces, you know what I'm saying? So to me, bounce back is an action verb. Like you can't be bounced back if you don't grab the ball and move it.
It's good.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put it in motion. For everybody who's slow motion like me, or you may be timid on certain stuff, or you've been slapped down so many times.
You know what's funny? We
What?
got a record.
I just about to say, hey,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
y'all got
yeah,
a track
yeah,
called?
I see you, cuz. I see.
No, that wasn't even that was just off the strength. I was just flowing with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just like getting in motion and putting away fear. Fear is a location.
Bro, stop
don't
it.
do it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
That's for the P.O.
Stop it, yes.
D.C.
Right, write that down.
It's a location.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's a,
I'ma
you know what I'm
open my
saying? You
notes.
can choose to put it in reverse and get up out of there.
Yeah.
So that's anyway we're gonna. You know
That's
what I'm
real
saying?
good.
That's crazy.
But that's a word.
But yeah, bounce back is I like the record, but I'm currently in bounce back right now.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what bounce back is a verb. It's action. I mean, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how you close it out, man.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Real quick, man. Let them know what y'all got going on, man, and how to reach you, and how to find your stuff.
Right now, album mode, bro. So definitely dropping this year. I'm dropping on womp. And so yes, and bro, and
Man, he got some fire. See, Big Brother Perks.
he get the inside.
I get the inside
You know what I'm
scoop.
saying?
Boy, he got some
Listen,
bangers, and
and-
this one over here too.
I
You
ain't gonna
get
lie.
him.
He's like executive, both of them. I'm gonna put y'all as executive producers on my album because y'all give me a lot of insight. Like, and people like just teamwork make the dream work, man.
That's it, man.
So
All day long.
got the album coming.
day
We're gonna
long.
have some visuals dropping. But you can also get some gear, you know what I'm saying? All things work together, you know what I'm saying? R828 gear.
Yes,
No
sir.
grind, no glory.net, you heard me? I also got these No Grind, No Glory hats if you want one, holla at your boy. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, official B Wonda, official BWONDA. YouTube.com/No Grind, No Glory. You can subscribe, you can check out the parodies, the music. And we got so much more coming, dope writing projects within film. So we got a lot going on, man. We working, man. We just staying low to the earth and just working, man. Putting our hands to the plow, bro.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
I've
it.
been. Oh yeah.
It's been a long time coming for you,
Yeah,
bro,
long
bro.
time coming
That's
from
my
me.
dog. That's
You got
my
that heat
dog.
coming.
Yeah, I do. No cap. Like no
Like-
cap. I ain't trying to gas either.
Propane.
I ain't gassing
gas.
for you. I heard it.
I ain't trying to gas because it's a lot of it's a lot of Christian artists who really putting in work. And,
real.
You know, so we ain't talking about the big homie KBs and the big homie Low Souls. Of course, they doing their thing for the
Yeah.
Lord. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The Roy Toshes and the YBs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people around. So.
Yep.
Shouts out to all you guys, man. Appreciate what you guys are doing.
K.
for real,
Dot
for
too.
real.
She a dope
Yeah, for
female
sure.
artist too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so been recording for like a year on the low. So Alxndr the Project is coming. It's produced by Dominic Certifico, you know what I'm saying? Me and him are our team, you know what I'm saying? Writing and production team, Kendrick Valley, the KV, you know what I'm saying, on the hat. We got a project coming too.
sir.
Welcome to the Valley, that's coming. But first, Alxndr is coming because he wanna help. He wanna put me in the as
Yeah.
a solo artist. I'm a solo artist, so.
Facts. Makes sense.
Yeah, so
yeah.
so we got Alxndr coming first,
Yeah.
and then we got Welcome to the Valley coming next.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Alxndr
Valley.
is September, no date yet.
All right.
It's no date because I still got to record 2 more records. I recorded one last night, so it's fire. Came out pretty good. And
Say what he is. Well, I'm ready for it.
yeah.
Look
You
here.
know what I'm saying? So Alxndr is coming in September. KV is coming in Kendrick Valley. You know what I'm saying? Me and Diamond. So
Look, it's so dope. I still
it's working.
listen to the rough
sir.
versions.
Yes, sir.
let me go on the phone. If I go on the phone, they got me like, oh.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Y'all heard it here, man. Y'all get connected, man.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You can find me on Facebook, Alxndr Hall, ALXNDR HALL. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
On Instagram, I am Alxndr Hall, ALXNDR HALL. I'm trying to get back in posting and molding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Facts.
get, because I be like, you need to post something. My sister, shouts out the pedals, man. She be like, you need to record all that. You know what I'm saying? I be like, I don't know how, so.
She be on your head.
Yeah, she be on my head, yeah.
Need
So.
to be.
Yeah, my son, shouts out to Rain Sean, man. Everybody who got kids who believe in their dream. I promise you, my son is my biggest fan, bro.
Yeah.
He is, you know what? I feel like, you know how you feel like God speak to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't be like, hey, what you doing? But sometimes you can tell, because people think, you say that, you say that, people get all funny because they don't understand.
Right.
They don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you have a relationship, bro, it's just like you,
Right.
it's like you and your girl, y'all have a certain type of communication where y'all can look at each other and y'all can say 1,000 words and nobody know what y'all just said.
Right.
Right.
That's how God work, you know what I'm saying? So, God like impressed this on me, like,
Right.
yo, your gift not even for you.
Right.
What you
Facts.
mean you not finna?
Right.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? So, but my son told me the same thing you said, and he didn't even talk to y'all, and he 13.
Right.
I was like, man, I gotta get off this stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
You
got
know what I'm
some
saying?
heat
So
coming, man.
my son is my biggest supporter, bro. Like I believe he my biggest fan, no matter what I do.
Of course.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Of course, man.
Definitely.
And for him to even say that, man, that just lets you know.
Speaks
And so,
volumes. And
yeah.
his maturity.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Maturity level.
Yeah.
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 But man, hey man, y'all make sure y'all get connected with us, man. And man, y'all go cop that mixtape, man. The Blueprint to Success on all streaming platforms, man. And also, I got my book out too, man. Check it out. It's called The Blueprint to Success, a student's guideline for successful living. It's for the academic student. It's for your student. Get one for your child. If they're in middle school, high school, college,
Hello.
they need this book.
Show him the back picture, bro, with the shiny suit.
Hey, go ahead, man.
He's so clean. He's so clean.
I want to see that suit, boy.
Man, go ahead and cop that, man. And also for you as well, this book has a twofold purpose. A student is just somebody that sits up under somebody and learn.
That's
So
it.
I talk about 3 principles in this book on what it takes to be successful, which is having a great mindset, going through mental toughness, being able to go through mental toughness.
Facts.
I share with some tips that I've used to help me develop mental toughness with a lot of stuff that I've been through. I talk about a championship mindset, what it takes to have the mindset of a champion to get through your go-through. And so at the end of the day, it is for the academic student, but it's also for you if you consider yourself a lifelong learner. I'm talking about how to build successful relationships. So everybody should have a code of conduct of their life. Your job has a code of conduct. You should have one for your personal life. I talk about that when it comes to building relationships. And then I also talk about what it takes to be successful in different ways to where you can write down your goals, how to set goals. So if you have a child that struggles in that area, or even if you struggle in the area, there are some places in this book that you can actually write down some things. I'm kind of like I'm always thinking about ahead,
Yeah,
right?
same
I'm always
here.
thinking ahead. So it's a place in here that says basically if you write down XYZ goal, what is your obstacle or thing that you can project that may keep you from achieving that goal? Because you know if you're a procrastinator or not. So then you're able to write those things down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
What's
to
your
be able
pros and
to-
cons?
What's the pros and cons? And then the things that you know that you got to overcome. So
Exactly.
if I say, well, I'm gonna write down X, Y, Z, but if I know, well, what's gonna keep me from doing that is this, and this, then now you can go back and read that and say, man, I got to work on stop being a procrastinator. Man, I'm always late. I don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Those are different things like that. And then I talk about attitude as well. Mindset, relationships, and attitude, your work ethic, things like that helps you become successful. So check it out on my website. www.shiftmotivations.com is my official website. But my direct link to the Blueprint to Success, the podcast, not the podcast, it's coming. God speaking already.
Yes.
But the direct link to the book project where you can learn more about the project, the mixtape, is at www.shiftmotivations.com/B2S. Also, I want to, before we close out with this bounce back, I want to help me. Kevin Hart said, help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Do your thing, bro.
Help me.
Yeah, there we go.
The book is in front.
Go to the website, the Blueprint to Success website. I have what you call a Project 100. I want to get this book in 100 students' hands. It's called the Project 100, and I put together a student success pack. And what that consists of is a physical copy of this book, a physical copy of the mixtape, a motivational bracelet, as well as a bookmark. All of that, and it's only $30. So I want you guys to help me sow into this project to where I can just pass this out to 100 students. That's my goal, and that's all we have on for the night. So we're not going to take up too much more of your time. Thank you for joining us on tonight. We're going to get together some more, and I want you guys to have a blessed week, have a blessed night.
Yes, sir.
And we hope and pray that all your dreams come true, not just to come to you, but that you're going to work hard for it and do the things necessary to get you in position to achieve those goals. So without further ado, we're going to close this broadcast out tonight. Thank you. God bless you. Here is
One love.
Bounce Back. Peace.
Feel it like that you came in last. Realize that it's in your past. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Feel it like you were all alone. Now you found where you belong, right here. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Pat, you one on them boys, got a double up. Known for the grind, had to get my hustle up. call me Dane cause the way I dash. Shot faith like Biggie, give me one more chance. Say the last shall be first, so this here my stand. While I'm still bidding on my stash. Known heavyweight in my class. Reaching out, getting you back on track. No two that this shall pass. Yeah, lacking poverty will never be a part of me. Legacy, the key to a dynasty. If you took an L of this your song, now's the time to get up in your zone. Feel it like that you came in last. Realize that it's in your past. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Feel it like you were all alone. Now you found where you belong, right here. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back.
Yeah, look, fell off and I bounce back. Green Bay packing hits where the cheese at. Terminex, no rash, that's a mouse trap. Get your tail chopped off if you mouth off. Man, you talking about a wave, that's a low tide. Boy, you messing up the game, jumping outside. I pay me right after I pay tithe. I'm just calling to the top, no headlights. Take a big bite, I'm serving up game, yum sauce. I'ma bite you with the boss up. It's a toss up, but calculating my loss up. Life 101, I can teach you how to come up. Run.
Feel it like that you came in last. Realize that it's in your past. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Feel it like you were all alone. Now you found where you belong, right here. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Feel it like that you came in last. Realize that it's in your past. Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. Feel it like you were all alone. Now you found where you belong, right here. Bounce back.